Bread and its impact on blood sugar. The facts you need to know. Bread is a staple food worldwide. But if you have type 2 diabetes, you need to understand how bread affects your blood sugar before deciding whether to include it in your diet. How does your body process bread? When you eat bread, your body converts carbohydrates into sugar, glucose. This glucose enters your bloodstream, raising blood sugar levels. To regulate blood sugar, the pancreas produces insulin, a hormone that helps transport glucose from the blood into cells for energy use. If blood sugar spikes quickly, the pancreas must produce more insulin. When this process happens too often, the body can become insulin resistant, increasing the risk of developing type 2 diabetes or worsening the condition if you already have it. The glycemic index, GI, of bread. The glycemic index, GI, measures how quickly a food raises blood sugar after consumption. White bread has a high GI, 70 to 85, causing rapid blood sugar spikes. Whole wheat bread has a moderate GI, 55 to 70, affecting blood sugar more slowly but still requiring portion control. Low-carb bread has a low GI, 10 to 40, with minimal impact on blood sugar, making it the best option for diabetics. Factors that reduce bread's impact on blood sugar. Not all types of bread have the same negative effects. Some factors can slow down the absorption of sugar from bread into the bloodstream. Checkmark high fiber content. Whole wheat bread contains more fiber than white bread, helping to slow sugar absorption. Checkmark bread with protein or fat. Low carb or protein bread, such as Atkins bread, helps reduce blood sugar impact. Checkmark pairing with protein and healthy fats. Eating bread with eggs, avocado, or salmon can slow down sugar absorption into the blood. Should you eat or avoid bread? If you have diabetes or want to control blood sugar, avoid white bread entirely. If no better options are available, whole wheat bread can be eaten in moderation. Low-carb or protein-rich bread is the best choice to help maintain stable blood sugar levels and reduce insulin resistance risk. If you can't find a suitable bread type, cutting bread out of your diet is the safest option. Have you chosen the right bread for yourself? Have you drunk enough water today? If not, take a sip right now, and while you're at it, let's dive into one of the most popular foods in the world: bread. Who doesn't love a crispy slice of toast or a delicious sandwich? But if you're living with diabetes or focused on blood sugar control, have you ever wondered whether bread is actually good for your health? The truth may surprise you. Today, we're uncovering the reality about bread, which types to avoid, which ones are safe to eat, and whether you need to eliminate it from your diet completely. Get ready, because this information might change the way you view bread forever. How does your body process bread? When you eat bread, your body converts carbohydrates into sugar, glucose, which enters the bloodstream and raises blood sugar levels. To manage blood sugar, the pancreas produces insulin, a hormone that helps transport glucose from the blood into cells for energy. If blood sugar spikes rapidly, the pancreas has to produce more insulin. When this cycle happens too often, the body may develop insulin resistance, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes or worsening the condition if you already have it. The glycemic index, GI, of bread. The glycemic index, GI, measures how quickly a food increases blood sugar after consumption. White bread has a high GI, 70 to 85, causing a rapid rise in blood sugar. Whole wheat bread has a moderate GI, 55 to 70, impacting blood sugar more slowly but still requiring portion control. Low-carb bread has a low GI, 10 to 40, making it a better option for people with diabetes. Factors that help reduce bread's impact on blood sugar. Not all bread has the same effects. Some factors can slow the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. Checkmark high fiber content. Whole wheat bread contains more fiber than white bread, which helps slow sugar absorption. Checkmark bread with protein or fat. Low carb or protein bread, like Atkins bread, minimizes blood sugar impact. Checkmark pairing with protein and healthy fats. Eating bread with eggs, butter, or salmon helps reduce the speed of sugar absorption into the blood. Conclusion. Should you eat or avoid bread? If you have diabetes or want to manage blood sugar, completely avoid white bread. If better options aren't available, whole wheat bread is acceptable in moderation. Low-carb or protein-rich bread is the best option to maintain stable blood sugar and reduce insulin resistance risks. If you can't find a suitable bread, eliminating bread from your diet is the safest choice. Have you chosen the right bread for yourself? Which bread should you eat? And which should you avoid? If you still want to eat bread, which type is best? And which ones should you stay away from? Not all bread affects blood sugar the same way. Here are 4 common types of bread and their impact on diabetes that you need to know. 1. Extremely unhealthy. White bread, GI 70 to 85. The first type of bread that diabetics should completely avoid is white bread. It is one of the most common types of bread but also a major culprit in rapidly increasing blood sugar levels. Why is white bread extremely dangerous for blood sugar? High glycemic index, GI 70 to 85. According to the American Diabetes Association, ADA. Foods with a high GI, above 70, cause blood sugar spikes within 30 to 60 minutes after consumption. High refined carbohydrate content. White bread contains 60 to 70% carbohydrates. Mainly refined starch, which makes sugar absorption extremely fast. Almost no fiber. A single slice of white bread contains only 0.6 to 1 gram of fiber. Too low to slow down glucose absorption. Increases insulin resistance. A study from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health found that a diet high in refined foods like white bread can increase the risk of insulin resistance by 40%. How does it affect diabetic patients? When you eat white bread, glucose rapidly enters the bloodstream, forcing the pancreas to release a large amount of insulin to control blood sugar. However, since diabetics already have insulin-related issues, blood sugar remains elevated for a prolonged period, increasing the risk of complications like nerve damage, eye problems, and heart disease. Should you eat white bread? The answer is no. If you have diabetes or want to control blood sugar, completely eliminate white bread from your diet. Instead, opt for healthier alternatives, which I will discuss later. 2. Fake healthy bread. Are you being tricked? GI 65 to 80. Have you ever seen bread labeled multigrain, ancient grains, or brown bread, and thought it was a better choice for your health? Unfortunately, you might be falling for a marketing trick. Many of these breads are advertised as being better than white bread. But the reality is not so simple. Many brands use misleading marketing tactics to make consumers believe their products are healthy, even though their carbohydrate, sugar, and GI levels are almost identical to white bread. Imagine walking into a grocery store and spotting a loaf of bread labeled whole grain in big letters on the package. You think you're making a good choice, but when you check the nutrition facts, you find it still contains 60 to 65% refined carbs and only a small amount of fiber. Some brands even add molasses or caramel coloring to make white bread look more whole grain. A study from Harvard School of Public Health found that many breads labeled multigrain or whole grain still cause rapid blood sugar spikes, negatively impacting diabetes. You might be eating them without realizing that they are still raising your blood sugar, increasing insulin resistance, and making weight management harder. Have you ever bought these breads thinking they were healthy? If so, don't worry. I will teach you how to identify truly diabetes-friendly bread in the next section. 3. Whole wheat bread, better, but not perfect. GI 55 to 70. Whole wheat bread has long been considered a healthier choice than white bread. But if you have diabetes or want to control blood sugar, don't assume it's completely safe. Even though it contains more fiber than white bread, whole wheat bread can still cause significant blood sugar spikes. According to the Academy of Nutrition and Diabetes, the GI of whole wheat bread ranges from 55 to 70, meaning it can still raise blood sugar quickly if eaten in large quantities. What's the issue? High carbohydrate content. Whole wheat bread still contains 50 to 60% carbs, meaning one slice can have 15 to 20 grams of carbohydrates, almost the same as white bread. The body processes all carbs the same way, whether the carbs come from white bread or whole wheat bread. They still break down into glucose and raise blood sugar. Overeating risk. Many diabetics eat too much whole wheat bread, believing it's safe. This can lead to constant blood sugar fluctuations and reduced insulin sensitivity over time. How to eat whole wheat bread safely. If you still want to eat whole wheat bread, limit your portions and pair it with protein and healthy fats to slow sugar absorption. But is there a better option? Keep reading to find out the best bread for diabetics. 4. Low-carb bread, the best choice for diabetics? GI 10 to 40. When comparing different types of bread, low-carb bread is the best choice for effective blood sugar control. But why is it better? Let's look at the risks and benefits with scientific evidence. Comparison of GI and blood sugar impact. White bread, GI 70 to 85, causes sharp blood sugar spikes within 30 to 60 minutes. Whole wheat bread, GI 55 to 70, better than white bread but still causes fluctuations. Low-carb bread, GI 10 to 40, much less impact on blood sugar. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that a low-carb diet can reduce average blood sugar levels by 15 to 30% in just 2 weeks. Whereas a high-starch diet leads to erratic blood sugar fluctuations. Carbohydrate and fiber content. White bread, approximately 60 to 70% carbs, only 1 gram fiber per slice. Whole wheat bread, approximately 50 to 60% carbs, 3 to 4 grams fiber per slice. Low-carb bread, only 10 to 20% carbs, but 8 to 12 grams fiber per slice. Fiber helps slow sugar absorption into the bloodstream, keeping blood sugar levels 40% more stable compared to refined bread. According to a study published in the Journal of Diabetes Research, risks and benefits of low-carb bread. Benefits: stabilizes blood sugar, reduces insulin resistance, and helps with weight loss. Risks: higher cost and may not be widely available in some areas. If you're looking for a bread that won't spike blood sugar, low-carb bread is the best choice. Are you ready to make a change? Now that you know which breads are secretly damaging your blood sugar and which is the best choice for your health, it's time to take action. A challenge for you. Go check your kitchen right now. What type of bread are you eating? Is it helping you manage diabetes? Or making things worse? If it's white bread or fake healthy bread, be brave and remove it today. If you haven't tried low-carb bread before, challenge yourself to 1 week of trying it and monitor your blood sugar changes. Do you accept the challenge? Comment below and share your choice. I want to know how you're managing your blood sugar, and I'll be here to support you on this journey. Take action now.